Welcome in, welcome in. It is a Superstar Saturday on Speak to My Heart, you guys. We empower, engage, and enlighten others to stand, walk, breathe, and their truest potential on purpose. Today, you guys, I have my special guest, Mr. Chill with Teddy Ray in the house, all the way from Inglewood, California. He just a block over, y'all. He ain't way over on the side this time. This is somebody who has decided that, hey, my voice matters. Can I speak? Yeah, you can. I give the mic to anybody that know that they got the confidence to speak in their truest self on purpose. Most importantly, being able to just stand, breathe, and know that you do matter. Hey, Teddy. Hey.
How you doing? How you doing this early morning?
I've been up early too. I've been hey. So we're here today, y'all. We outside, like they would say, go outside. I just kids them older people say, the young people say, go outside. My outside, because we live over here in California and Oregon, go touch y'all some nature today. If you don't do nothing else, touch the water, go touch some trees, go touch some flowers, go touch something. If you gotta touch the little, the little flowers with the little bit of blood. It's the small things that matter.
Yeah, 100%.
100%. This is a small thing to somebody, to me, but it's huge in the world of our gift and our talent. It's huge.
100%.
I'm gonna edify my friend. His name is Mr. Chill with Teddy Ray. He is the host of the show. That is, I just say it like that because that's the name of the show. But that's how he introduced himself to me. I'm gonna tell y'all to sit back today and take a chill pill because this man right here, all the way from Inglewood, California, has been on the cover of a magazine, The Winner's Circle for Men of Impact. And it dropped Father's Day. That was the important. There you go. I hope he read something in there today. I'm blinking. I hope he read something because he didn't read nothing a week ago. I didn't tell him that to go read something in the magazine, but it's okay. You also dropped on Father's Day. It's available now on the website, which is thewinnercirclemag.com and MagCloud. Teddy Ray is also one of my favorite, and I call it overcomers, because that's what's on. If you go dig and do your homework, you'll see it say that Olivia writing, as I calls him, the overcomer. He also was recently a guest on Inside the Winner Circle podcast and radio station. Along with the host of the show is the magazine chick, Simone, editor-in-chief, Crockett of the Winner Circle magazine. And one of the things that Teddy Ray is favorite about is saying yes to you, your gift, and your talent. Now get y'all that. Hey.
You did your homework. You did your homework.
Where I recently found out that Mr. Teddy Ray, he over there, she snatched, cuffed, and made sure I got him. Something you said on the show.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take it for today and start it off with partnership with purpose. And because this is Speak to My Heart, partnership with self. How important is that on this journey when we're like gonna go and be with somebody? I'm gonna say Pastor Ray, since none of y'all are bold enough to say Bishop Ray in the house, y'all. Okay, even though that's not the real title. It's just I've been up under him for a couple of days and a couple of weeks. I had some weeks to be up under the ministry of Bishop Ray that helps you align yourself with your true calling and knowing that you are divinely loved by God. Did my homework.
Man, you did your homework. I'm trying to figure out who you're talking
about. It's Superstar Saturday in the house, you guys. And Teddy Ray don't know he is a star on purpose.
First of all, man, I'm grateful and thankful to be on this platform today. I'm grateful for this connection. I have never requested to be on anyone's show. Because I'm just sensitive and guarded about that, man. You know, I don't want to just come on anybody's show just to be coming on. So when I ran across your page and I seen the standout of Your Voice Matters, I said, man, you know what? I need to speak and let people know, you know, that God is still in control no matter what the situation is. God is still in control. Who would have ever thought, you know, that I would even be on any kind of magazine if I shared my background? I grew up in a fatherless home. My dad was there, but he wasn't there, if that makes sense. So my mom was the breadwinner. And I just grew up on my own. You know, I grew up in a very, those that know about Inglewood, California in the 80s and 90s, that was one of the deadliest neighborhoods in Los Angeles, California, man. So, you know, for me to not have no siblings, I'm the only child. Thank God for sports. I would say that. Thank God for sports, because without sports, I probably wouldn't even be here today. I probably would be in jail. I'd probably be just be in a gang right now. But thank God for sports, man, that gravitated to me. And thank God for, you know, mentors that stepped in and was being father figures in my life, you know, that allowed me to stay on the course. As a matter of fact, I'm interviewing one of my childhood mentors today. Shout out to Pastor Eddie Thomas the third today. You know, those are the people that, you know, because my grandmother kept me in church all day. You know about that. Back in the days when your family just keep you in church all day
Like,
long. You
you
know,
know,
it's like I don't even have any childhood no more. You keep me in church all day long. I better know the whole Bible, but
that I've listened to a person recently. He said, now I can say thank you
yeah, yeah,
because I wanted to go run and
yeah,
run outside. And at that
yeah,
time, okay, because I'm 50, so I don't
yeah,
know what it is
yeah,
outside, like how other people are talking about. Because like you, I was in church. You know, I can say then, as a little girl, you're like, okay, it's all cool because you were grandmama, auntie, or somebody, you know, one of the women. When you get older, you know, you're trying to be seen, heard,
yeah.
unvalued, because you don't even know what value is at that time. So you're going to be more unvalued, disappointed. How did that affect your love and value for self growing up?
I felt like I wasn't um, wanted. I felt like, you know, and that's why I currently work in the field with kids right now because I feel that's my ministry. And because I can see myself in the kids that I work with, I can see my childhood. You know, I felt abandoned, even though my both parents was in the house. I still felt abandoned, and just to let people know, just because your parents are in the house doesn't mean that you can't feel abandoned. I felt like I was a mistake. I felt like, you know, like I said, if I gravitated to sports and I gravitated to, you know, my childhood best friends that I'm still friends with for over 40 years now. Um, you know, we beat the odds, man. I'm telling you, growing up in Inglewood, man, we beat the odds, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. But you know, I felt very abandoned, man. I felt like I wasn't wanted. I felt like I was a mistake. Um, I'm 49 years old right now, and I have never.
I gotta cut you in because the wife spoke. Okay, she come. She said, "Hey, husband."
Basically,
Hi, Trina.
she, she was
She
wondering what. She was
well,
like, "You
yeah.
got an early interview." She was like, "You got an early interview, huh?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I committed myself to this," but yeah, but I did. I
And
felt
that's part of
abandoned.
the three. I made sure that I put down. He spoke three powerful words on the Inside the Winner Circle podcast. And these 3 words are in the Bible. Alignment, serve, commitment. And when I took that in from what you said, I was like, what would that look like to tell your younger self to jump in this suit right here, knowing Inglewood, California? And to those of us who aren't familiar with Inglewood, just know California, the entire state, was the #1 iller world in the United States. Chicago and New York ain't have nothing going on. Oakland, Compton, and Inglewood, they was always at war. Always. So what would you go?
Back then it was called the bottoms. That's how bad it was. It was called the bottoms.
Think about that psychologically plays a word game back in your head, because we from the bottoms, you know what I'm saying? From the bottom to the top, and those y'all who ain't in our language don't know that what that really means is that we come from where we ain't got real stores in our neighborhood. We ain't got positive affirmation walking down the street. We got the ice cream up, shoot 'em, bang, bang going on, and all that type of slap, and pimping hoes, and this was what it is. You know, you got the colors going on outside on one block, and another colors going on another street. How did you manage to stay focused fiercely in that and know that I got to get out?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question. There's a clip in the movie The Wood. You familiar with The Wood? Okay, so you remember the clip that said either gang bang or play sports? That's a true statement. I was approached as a kid, to either gang bang or play sports, and I committed myself to play sports to the point to where my mom, my first initial sports was outside of the hood, because my mom just didn't want me to be in the hood at all, man. So she put me outside of the hood, and I started playing sports at which was another violent area as well. I started playing sports at Jesse Owens Park, which is in Los Angeles, California, and but my mom.
Crap for that one. Hey, those y'all who don't know what Jesse Owens is, I would say, Cleveland. I ain't have no choice but let us run.
Yeah. So I started playing at Jesse Owens Park, and again, I said I got to get out, man. I got to get out. There's nothing here for me. I got to get out. And then life happened where my mom and dad separated while I was still in high school. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you a quick story. I got abandoned from my mom in the 10th grade, to where in the 11th grade, I actually thought that she was gone. My track team was wearing a black patch because we were honoring my mom, and to come to find out, I ran across my mom driving down the street, and she was pushing a basket. And I jumped out in the middle of the street. And at the time, I had an SUV, so I jumped out. She was walking with another stranger, and he pulled a knife on me and whatnot. And then we kind of tussled in the middle of the street. I told my mom to jump in my car, and I took her off. But here's the thing: I took her off, and then she left me again on the same day. So I just did. I felt lost, man. I'm like, man, I don't have no parents, man. Where's my parents? Like, where I already told you the story about, I'm 49, man, and I just heard my dad tell me he loved me at 45. My dad has never told me the word that he loved me at all until I turned 45, man. And so I didn't even know how to even respond to that, man. I really didn't. I didn't. I don't even think I even responded to it. I just was like, man, is this my dad? That's telling me that he loved me. Like, is he dying? Is he sick? Why all of a sudden is he telling me that he loved me? But it goes back to what a lot of people say, man. Sometimes and I love you is more important than a apology. So I had to accept that, and I had to embrace that. And I'm trying still to this day to get a relationship with my dad. Before he's called home to be with the Lord, man. But it's tough because at the same time I'm trying to cure myself, man. I keep opening up these old wounds that keep distancing me from having a relationship with my dad. But I'm gonna keep on keeping on because I know that's what God would want. Whether it's for him, whether it's for me, it just needs to be done. You know, um, and that's part of the being in alignment too. Is God wants me to do a lot of things in alignment for him, man. And like I said on this interview that you watch, I'm committed to serving. So serving comes with being apology to people, accepting apologies. You don't necessarily have to be, cordial with them. You can just accept their apology. To be perfectly honest with you, I love hard.
Laughing because I'm with that because
I
I
love
share.
hard, man. I love hard, and that's a gift and a curse, man. That's a gift and a curse. That's a
Mm-hmm.
gift and a curse, man. I blame my horoscope, and I blame my mom as well because my mom, she loves hard, and I blame my horoscope, man, because every time I read up on my horoscope, that's the first thing that it says is that I love hard, and that once my love is broken, I do not do any replays. I don't. I don't. I don't do any replays at all. And I know that don't sound good. That don't sound godly. But I just do not. Because it protects my triggers.
On that one.
It protects my triggers.
Let me tell you, I got to say this for some people. Look, lying is part of God, right? And half the world scared of lightning, right? So I'm saying that to say what it looks like to somebody else doesn't matter. Whatever you need to do for yourself as a boundary.
Yeah.
Oh, I moved it. Dang it. So I was gonna hold the box up so you can see that who's holding the box? Me. And if I allow that person to come and knock the box down and they ain't even there, what they did, what they said, how this happened, it's going to keep knocking that box down, right? So what I do is go hug the box.
Yeah.
See, when certain things that get a little silly, which is your inner child, because your inner child is the one that wanted to hug. The teenager wanted rebelliousness. The adult wants balance. So what's the best way to do? I was already angry about it. I need to love that area. How can men, knowing the areas that environments that we have come from, I know what it is at 16 not to have my mama or my daddy tell me I love you. They weren't there. I would never hear my father's voice as an adult tell me he loved me. But at 18, I did on the phone. Like you said, that I love you because I know what happened and I know what, I'm just use my father, okay? I know what happened. I know what happened at 18. You said, I'm sorry, but the most important thing I got to hear, like you say, is I love you. Yeah. The bond is in the air with God because he ain't here. My mama's 20-some minutes away, depending on how I get there. Just to hear her say, I love you, Keith. That does everything. So I relate and respect that in so many ways because we put so many emphasis on our parents and not realizing our parents come from an era where hate and hate and hate was doubly hate, triply hate. We don't even live in the era where we couldn't walk down the street where they were getting water hose. You know what I'm saying? And my mama a whole, as she say, she the first of the family to be mulatto.
Mm, mm,
Oh, to
mm.
realize I had to go in and do some self-work. You know what I'm saying? With the podcast that Chill with Teddy Ray. I say y'all gotta go watch the podcast. It's okay for me. I receive anything that is going to help me heal, help me communicate better, help me have stronger bonds. But the most important one is me. How can we build authentic connections and communications beyond the stereotypes and stigmas for our men that are out here in the environments that we grew up in? You know, they ain't about to listen. You know, a cute face them, and I have to like, hey, right, don't talk to them. You know, like it's so many stigmas and stereotypes out here where we have people now just don't want to hear you. You know, how we get past that so they can feel us again. So I can say, hey, I appreciate you, bro. I don't care what stripe and color you got. I appreciate you.
I'm glad you asked that question again, man. You asked some great questions. You actually, yeah, I like this. I just had a Father's Day brunch, and it allowed men to come in from all genres, man. You know, Hispanic, blacks, you know, Asians, whoever. And you know, God told me just to start, you know, serving outside the podcast, you know, start reaching out and touching the men, you know, so you can be out there and be hands-on with them, you know, allowing them to cry. And let me tell you something, man, that Father's Day brunch, oh man, listen, it was a lot of healing going on. It was a lot of healing going on. There was a lot of men there that felt safe to express stories and tell stories about themselves, about their upbringing, you know, about their marriage, about, custody of kids, you know, all that type of stuff that was allowing these men to just come in. You know, I didn't want it to be churchy. You know, I wanted it to be somewhere where some men can come down and sit and just woosah. And that's what men need, is a woosah moment. You know, so that's what I created, and I'm still creating them. You know, started with the Father's Day brunch, so now I'm starting to do like some panel talks where we allow some Q&As for men to come on and talk and whatnot. As a matter of fact, me and a good minister friend of mine that goes to the church, me and him go to the same church. We actually are having a panel. Wow, I didn't even think about that. After my two shows tonight, we're actually going to be talking about men and men in churches. You know, allowing them to, you know, stop being stuck on titles. You know, stop. Yeah, we're gonna dive in tonight, man. I already knew you was going. That topic, man, is very needed because a lot of these men, man, they're walking out with their chests out and they losing valuable soldiers for the kingdom, man. You know, with sticking their chests out and with trying to be that I'm this title, I'm that title, you need to listen to me and all that. Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
we're doing so we can all get educated. These
yeah,
chakras. I don't care what
yeah,
calls it
yeah.
now. 40 years ago, when you go look up, these are called hand mudras. Hand mudras. You know what I'm saying? Hand mudras. They mean something. They elevate, they heal, they do clarity. They hold on. One of the things I love the most, you know, I can go tick, tick, okay, you can go do that, right? I laughed at it now because that means I was doing that and I was the knowledge changed the direction. The knowledge,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
was is when you do this, you get your cup. Because I do this, I have a podcast called What's in Your Cup. Get your cup right. We're gonna get our cup. And he's got an R on it. Royalty rich. when you get your cup, My cup got 50 on it, 90 something anyway. But you get your cup and you look in it. If your cup ain't full, only person know what needs to be in the cup is you. It
Come
is
on,
not
man.
in your cup when you know what to speak it. Okay, you want me to tell you how? I'm gonna grab it. Hold on. I'm gonna grab it. I gotta grab this one. I gotta grab this. I got you right. It's always it by the bed. It be by the bed. That's why I got my pen in here too, because we was reading over here in John and taking apart some things. Let me tell you something. Y'all over here connected to the wrong thing. See, Ray already knew what I was gonna do today. I was gonna flip after a minute. And John 15, it says, I am the true vine.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Come on.
And my Father is the cultivator. So the garden sitting in, if it ain't about you saying yes to you in the garden, and even the garden got a fence around it, because Granddaddy had fields upon fields upon fields. I'm a child that got to touch cotton as a little kid. City girl with the country, right? I respect it now. I value it now. I see it now. I hear it now. But I had to do that for me first. I had to allow God in where I didn't want him at. You want me to pray to a God with no face? What that make sense? I had to get out of my I'm so hood mentality and I'm so holy within. Holy within. Everything in the Bible say within. And when you read I am the vine, you are, but you connected to people, places, and things that don't have nothing to do with the cultivator of all things. All knowing, all seeing, all everything. And if it says all things work together for the good of those that love the Bible. See that? Holy Spirit getting happy, cutting off things. And I can still hold my phone and still talk, because I know what happened when you get to praising the Lord. I know what happened when you get to speaking on God. Things get to shaking.
Yeah.
Like Vicky Wine is saying, shake yourself loose. You too busy shaking up in the booty, scooting and booting, shaking up and oh, he and she ain't doing this for me. And when you stop looking at other people, you stop being that word that you said. I broke all that down to say. I'm too busy today. I know how to cut you off. Ain't you busy today? There he go too. He didn't went somewhere. See, just play. It's okay. You don't want this to come out, but we're gonna make sure this come out today. He coming back, y'all. He coming back. You give him a second. He done went somewhere. But he ain't gone far. I know that, right? At all, he ain't gone far. I don't know where he went, but he'll be right back. Right back. There you go. Mm-hmm.
The devil mad now. You started getting all happy and the devil mad, man.
I just started sweating. I know you mad. See, that's how you know when you go to them real people that speak that real word, stuff get to shaking because he don't want you to speak. Hello, the prince of the air. He ain't visible. He in the air. And what you put out in the air, the objective is to stop you. You can't stop what's God. So you got to get in God so God can get in you. That means get in the word. How do you get in God? We're going to teach today. You get this right here. You open it up to wherever you want to. And you ask, God, will you speak to my heart? Oh, and that's in Psalms 119:18. It says, open thine eyes so you can receive. Spiritual one. We too busy outside of ourselves. That's why when you said entitlement, you just entitlement does not have nothing to do with alignment. It ain't got nothing to do with serve, and it most definitely ain't got nothing to do with the commitment that God wants you to commit to, which is like Reverend James Cleveland said, God is.
Yeah. See,
we done forgot how to give brothers, and I'm speaking to some women right here. You too busy he supposed to provide. He supposed to what? The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Why you busy over here trying to have the man provide when you can clearly see how we've been gentrified, sectified, desensitized, and all other type of things? And the black man show been the first target because he is the leader. And you are too. We're not separate in that world when it comes to God. God don't see us as separate. He see us as one. So we as black woman and black man got to see each other as one and quit separating him. He ain't separated from you. That's why we dysfunctional. We got more dysfunction and entitlement walking around here than we do. Oh, I'm serving the community. The question was, how can we build authentically? Keyword, authentic. You don't know how to be yourself. You're too busy makeup and stuff. I ain't got but on some eye stuff and liquids. There ain't nothing on my face. That's natural. Ain't nothing on your face, is it? Natural. That entitlement, that Teddy, is this the fact that I live in Portland, Oregon. And a label that you attach yourself to. And you wonder why your behavior is like that or calls it out because you decided to take a word.
Yeah, come on now.
Right over yourself, what that word is, and attach yourself. This is who I am. I'm God's daughter. The Almighty. Because he said, I created you in his image. So why is we attached?
Yeah.
You can't see yourself in God's image because you attached. He said, I created you fearfully and wonderfully made. And like my only the genuine eye can see. How can we as individuals and our community of melanin copper get past the stereotypes that deal with, oh, don't cry, because you said that. It's man and woman. Suck that up. Girl, I ain't got time to cry. We even tell ourselves some old foolishness. Did it say that in the word?
Yeah.
Come to me, all ye that are heavy burdened.
Well,
yeah, I mean, and put it right here and apply. See, I ain't asking for me. I'm asking for them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's universal sourceful being. See, when you know God, and you know who God is, you sit there and have a cup of
I was on the Men of Valor show a couple months ago, and we had a panel of men on there, and there was a brother on there that said that men are not attached to feelings. And me and him had a couple of rebuttals on that because I was like, well, I didn't get the memo that men don't cry, and it doesn't make a man less of a man for crying. If I and I said that, to be honest with you, I believe that is a loophole with the way that the youth are right now, is because the youth doesn't see their father in a vulnerable stage at any point in their life. They feel all they see is macho. All they are spoken to is about being macho. So there's their kids, these boys out here, I can assure you, they have never had a sit down like we having right now, or face to face, and their father just cries out to their son and explain to them that they love them, that they care for them, that they care for their future or whatnot. So all they see is just stern. And it was a brother that was on the show that he was a pastor, and something was said, and he actually just started bawling on the actual show. And the gentleman that was saying that men are not attached to feelings, I was like, you see what I'm saying? I said, see, but it took that man, before he started crying, it took that man to say, man, I feel like I want to cry, but I think he was so embarrassed that he was getting ready to cry around some other men that he wanted to give himself a warning, like, man, you guys gonna get ready to make me cry. Some of these men out here, we you know, and when we cry, a lot of men put their head down, you know what I mean, or they turn their head away from another man. Man, listen, I cry all the time. Snot coming down my nose and everything, man. I do not care. I cry, man. So, you know, I don't know why the men feel like I get it, this the stigma, we supposed to be hard all the time and all that, but now's the time, man, for us to be vulnerable for these boys, man. Not only for these boys, but for these marriages as well, man. You know, a lot of men are trying to be so macho and they lose their marriage because all they woman see, all they want to see is macho.
I look at that right there. Okay. After I am a single guy, I will give you a little pass because I do understand. I grew up with 2 brothers and 3 cousins that was boys. So you get hit by granddaddy a couple more times after you want to cry and he tell you suck it up and come on. What he say is because granddaddy is a pastor. He didn't say that you cried, but we didn't see him cry. He said, you didn't see me cry, but I'm be crying about some right stuff, not crying because you don't want to do something. Right?
Yeah.
By faith and not by sight. It's just that. I'm going to be hood with it, okay? Walking, action. Faith, action. If you don't believe me, go look up the word walk. Walking and faith, all are in action. Faith is an action, it's a verb. Everything in the Bible that tells you to do something or be is an action. Kindness, action. Gentleness, action. Patience, action. All are a verb. They're an action of identity. You need to do these things to self. We've been taught to give. And a lot of young men don't want to cry now because in the last 20 some odd years, we got, it's up here, right here in my hand. These devices, we got these in our hands. Woo! So we got them in our hand, which went right back into aiding and abiding into outside of you. So that led to a lot of people being outside of the building of church. Nothing's wrong with church. Something is wrong with a person if they're not going to teach you what is right. It is your job to get up there and teach people and lead them to love, to God. If God is love and God is everything, lead the person to that. Because we've been led to the street. We've been led to the switches. We've been led to blink, pop off real quick. Because I will do that. You know, as we say about their life, don't get nobody who's like 40 or 50 some years old right now. Today, they ain't the one you want to play with. You come up miss it. God will disappear people. You don't think you can? You don't think I can disappear you? Keep on blink, you be gone. You know what I'm saying? I have to make it funny, but if we don't sit up there and allow ourselves to sit in a pot and let all this stuff that's going on us just melt away, crying allows you to release. And
absolutely.
A shame is a sin. Because now you're stuck somewhere and you ain't stuck with God. Embarrassment is a sin. Now you're stuck somewhere and not with God. To where Robert's got a book called Wholeness, and I was going to read it for the 4th time because at the end of it is the reason that we all messed up in the first place. Because somebody rejected you at a long, long time ago, and you won't sit down with your rejected behavior and become the rejecter of your own behavior and reject outside people. So what you do is project that instead of reject how you want to respond. And with that, we sit there and got everybody doing this. Well, this is how I see it. You're the projector that costs about almost $100. You want me to sit there and be the screen. I'm going to be the screen and you're going to project what's in you out to me. No. We have this thing, which I like the word that goes with alignment, called accountability. You can't serve to be accountable. I told you I had you. You can't serve to be accountable. You have to be accountable for you. And how you do the word that you said earlier, which is admit. You will never accept yourself if you don't admit you are like that.
Yeah.
Majority of men in the world admit how they feel, why they feel about like that. But here's the thing. The woman don't want to do this. Oh, baby, you got what I need. So you can give him some nurturing with your nurturing nature as. See, that's what we don't want to give up. We don't want to give up the nurturing nature that's natural of us because we think it's just for our children. No, baby, it's for that man. You said something about Miss Trina, and I
Yeah.
love how this Trina, your man said something I would never forget. Your husband over there. He said, if it wasn't for her, I would never see my value. So that meant I would have seen myself and I would have never been purpose. That's what she did. See, come here, baby. I got you. I got what you need. Step down VIP section and allow him to be heard, seen, appreciated, loved, cared for, all of the things that everything that Mr. Teddy Ray needed. Because she already did it herself. And now that for you, so you can see you, bro, and you're going to do that for other brothers. Look at what I call each one, teach one, each one, reach one. See, when you have a garden that's of about releasing and renewing and restoring, and you really stand on that as a woman, it don't do nothing but make Teddy Ray do this thing. I'm gonna chill, baby. I love you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
What does that do for you? And kind of like that smile over there. He's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I see you, sister. What does that do to you as a man, and how would you express that to other men as far as like getting into nature and getting into their natural, authentic talents and gifts? Because you know the very thing that I got for you is he said yes.
Yeah. You know what, man? So, well, first off, man, I said this before. This is my true marriage. You know, I've been married before, but this is my true marriage because it allowed me to see myself. And being that it allowed me to see myself, it allowed me to uh, allow God to do a self-evaluation check on me. And while he was doing that, and I want to encourage someone that are in a situation where they feel like they just need to grow. Allow God to do a self-evaluation check on you, man. And but here's the thing, though: before you can grow, you have to be okay with the results that God showed you of yourself. You have to be okay with that. In order for you to move on, you have to be okay with all the transgressions, all the eyes that God shows you about yourself. Then, like I said, my queen, man, she allowed me to be myself. Starting off with this podcast, man. A lot of men would probably get frowned upon, if they didn't have the right supporting cast in their life. A lot of women would probably say, why are you starting a podcast? Why don't you, I do have a career job as well, but, just to present this to my wife, and that's why I said partnership with purpose. She understood the assignment that God had me on. She understood that this is a God divine assignment that he is putting me on. I'm not allowed to go to church because of my work schedule. So I decided to make church on my podcast. I decided to let some healing, let some breakthrough, let some testimonies, come on my podcast, and she's allowed me to do that. She's actually been on board, with the growth of this podcast. I made her, I didn't even ask her. I just told her that she's going to be my manager. And from the moment that she became my manager, man, she solidified 2 radio stations for me, man. And like I said, she did the homework. She did, the presentation of Chill with Teddy Ray. But in order for her to do that, she has to be in partnership with purpose. You have that showed me that she was partnership with purpose. She went out and presented me. She understood that, in order for me to be on this particular radio station, you know, I needed to understand that they understood that this is going to be ministry. And if ministry is not for your radio station, then I don't care how good the deal is. I'm not doing it because I'm committed to serving. I'm committed to serving. And if serving means that some things that may look good to us and I have to get rid of it, then so be it. So be it.
What
But
you
I'm
said.
committed to serving. I'm just committed to serving. And shout out to my queen man, for doing a phenomenal job, man, on not only being my manager but being my queen. Being my prayer partner. Being my accountability partner. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's a faith walk. It's a faith walk when you married, man. It's a faith walk, and I'm excited about this journey, man. I'm really excited about this journey.
I am too, especially words that I've never heard for a marriage. I've never been married because
Ah,
I got a belief, and that my belief is that what God put together, no man can asunder. Ain't that the word that it's saying there?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
there ain't no such thing as divorce. What
absolutely.
God put together, God, not you, me, what God put together. Nothing and no man can destroy and come in. Period. See, that's how I
Yeah,
see God.
yeah,
Some
yeah,
they miss, but some people miss certain things. You miss it because you're seeing it as, oh, she said, yeah, we put together. No, did God put that together? You got to go sit down with yourself. A lot of us got to go sit down and really seek. Like the word ask. Ask, seek, and not. It's the same thing of just ask. What are you asking? So before you asking, you got to, everything is always in the middle, right? What you seeking?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You seeking is the reason that this is what's going on in your life. Because a lot of times I talk about frequencies and energies with certain people, but that's what that is. If your self is there, then that's what that look like. So I had another scripture for you for this. And it deals with commit all thy ways to the Lord.
yeah,
And
yeah.
he will direct. He says
Correct.
this
Yeah, yeah,
with in the Lord with all thy heart, mind, body, and soul, and lead not to thine own understanding, but in all of thy ways acknowledge, and he will direct. Commit and that trust. Don't you see how that goes hand in hand? Like I gotta trust God, right? And then we're gonna go, Mr. Serving the Hood. I broke it down for you. Because you up there in Inglewood, so he's serving the hood. I was laughing my ass off on the other side. I was like, he from
yeah,
my favorite movie too. You know,
yeah.
you like, I'm that girl right there in the hood. So that's why this is funny. And
You
a
know,
humor,
you know that movie Boys in the Hood where they had that alley scene? That's actually my neighborhood.
that's real. That, y'all, yeah, I told people that. Like, that's Portland, 1985. And they was like, what? I said, that's Portland, 1985, because we were taught not to go down the alley. It didn't matter even if it was in the daytime. We got taught why, because drive-bys, and they sitting up there and they run through the alleys
Yeah,
over through the houses and stuff. So
yeah,
I don't do that no more. Like,
yeah.
dang, I don't even think I really had it. If we think about it, did we really have a childhood or was we? Oh, I get any little.
I grew up in the neighborhood when seriously, this is true story. I grew up in the neighborhood. I was outside. I will never forget this image. I grew up in the neighborhood. Me and my partners was out there playing tackle, throw up tackle in the street, and Inglewood Police Department did a raid, and they told us on the intercom to get in the house, and they actually drove a bat around in our neighborhood, man. Actual bat around, a full size Inglewood Police Department military tank in my neighborhood. I saw that at the age of 10 years old, man. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, where am I at? Like literally, where am I at? Like I've never been in a neighborhood where I hear on the speaker for everyone to get in their house because they were doing a neighborhood sweep. And I just couldn't believe it. I said, "My goodness, man, this is this is crazy, man." So, like I said, I made it out. Man. I made it out. I made it out. God had His hands on me. He had His hands on me, man. I made it out. Like I said, I had all the reasons to go to this, man. No father. My mom wasn't there because she was working, so she couldn't be hands on. But because she was hands on, she thought that my dad being there with me, he would be my support. That was never the case at all, man. I've been in sports since I was 5 years old. I've never seen my dad at a sports event. And I'm talking about football, basketball, and track. I have never seen my dad at any event that I was participating in. He would take me, but he never would stay. He would take me, but he never would stay.
When we talk about relationships, right? And it still always revolt back to self. We have to be mindful. You as a woman out here, those who are listening as women, you have to be very mindful that when a man tells you, when the person tells you where they grew up at, be very mindful that PTSD is in them. Period. We ain't nothing past that. Ain't nobody got to diagnose no whole bunch of stuff. You ain't got to go to a doctor to be diagnosed. If you grew up, or that person grew up where it was choo choo all the time,
yeah,
you don't know what it is to be in the shower. Like homeboys in the hood when he went to the bathroom in the middle of the night, right? Mine was I was in the shower in Cleveland. I wasn't a little kid. That was just in 2016 before 2017, before I came back to Portland. You see what I'm saying? That ain't that long ago. Standing in the shower, showering, people next door. All I heard was bah, 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 ah. I didn't froze and almost fell in the shower because it's an instant, because you can't move depending on where you at and you don't know. Do you duck? Do you what? Those type of, for me to just vividly remember it, like you said, at 7 seeing somebody getting shot at. And I'm at aunties and you freeze. As a kid, you might freeze, you might run. Just depends on how much of fear or no fear is in you, right? Things that as a young girl, as a little girl and everything, as I call it, creep crawlers, because they're creepos. They like to be stalker modes and stuff. All these things play a part. So I'm always applauding anybody. When I say still standing, this is what I'm talking about right here. That you ain't allowed outside anything to take this away from you. But you still care. You still got a heart. You still got a mind right here. That happened and that's real, but that didn't make me. That didn't define me. That's why I said, yeah, sure. And then, oh, this is why. Because it's a salute. Brother could have been doing anything else. Brother could have been out there popping. We know what that world looks like. Could have been out here with $1 billion rolling around. He did nothing but sit up there and told you go out there and go to work. And we talking about some other little quit playing. I'm very proud of you. Do you hear me? Very, very proud of you. Trying not to have a tear, but very proud of you to sit in my seat right here and to know that you have survived what was put out here, created to most definitely take the melanin man out, to keep him out of the home, and to most definitely put him in an institution that has nothing to do with him, to most definitely keep him from seeing who he is and knowing God. Yes, I'm proud of you, right?
Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Appreciate
Yeah,
that. You know,
I'm not.
you said something that I don't want nobody to miss, man. You talking about childhood trauma and you don't have to be diagnosed. That's true, man. That's true. A lot of people, you know, I'm not on no medication or anything like that. I haven't been diagnosed, but I know that I have some childhood trauma. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I know that I probably need to be have some therapy going on and whatnot, but you know, I just stand on God's promises, man. I stand on His promises. He said that He would not put too much on me that I couldn't bear. So I stand on His promises, man. I really do. I trust in Him, man. I trust Him. He has never left me nor forsake me, man. This whole journey, man, and that's why I'm so grateful and thankful to God, man, to this day. For everything that if God doesn't do anything for me, I'm grateful. I'm gonna be honest with you. If He doesn't do another thing for me, I am grateful, man, because I've come this far by faith. I come this far by faith, and He has never left me yet. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful.
I love that you say grateful. That's one of my things. I talk to when I'm in here. I have moments where I come in here and I be authentic. I'm always authentically real, but everybody's always looking at, like you said, everybody always want to see the goody, good, the positive, positive. If you don't see that ugly real of me at times, how you gonna know that I'm over here going through? I go through too. I
Yeah.
overthink, and I
Yeah.
overthink things so much as a child, not because of something that didn't happen. I've seen stuff and just stood there. My 18th birthday, I will never forget that this boy got shot in the back after the game. Like the whole day was great. Whole day. At 18, that's what I get to see from the ending of my night. I think shout out to my daddy at that time because I was just distraught. Like, this is the way we do it. I was like so hurt because the boy was gone. Like that meant like you shut that boy in the back, stuff like that, coward stuff. Like I get to overthinking about stuff, and I'm so good, coming in me, and then what can I do? So you do have to balance. What is your balance being for you? Because you wear many hats right now, and Chill with Teddy Ray is, I just say that I'm my own host, y'all. So I got my own thing. But when you wear these many hats and life be lifing in and things aren't like probably flowing like they should, you might have to change up and challenges are happening. What is your balance? What's your go-to to get into your section?
My man cave. My man cave. As a matter of fact, I was in there before I came on the show today. My man cave is not balanced, man. Here's the thing. And shout out to my queen, shout out to my kids, man. They understand when dad is in the man cave, no one bothers me. No one bothers me at all. It allows me to just woosah, whether it's reading a book in there, whether it's, listening to some jazz, listening to something. I also like to do bowling. I also like to go fishing. I don't have to go fishing and bowling with people. I can do all that by myself. I don't need a crowd. And that's what people need to understand. You don't need a crowd to have peace. You don't. A lot of people feel like they gotta have, I can't go somewhere because I need some people to go with me. Why? Because those same people that you are bringing with you, you better be careful because they are not preying on you. They are PREY on you and your blessings. So be careful with who you always allow in your village, man. Do a check on your village people, man. Seriously. Do a check on your village people. My circle is so slim. I'm telling you, my circle is so slim, and I'm at an age now in my life, man, that I'm not trying to recruit nobody. My circle is really slim, and with the circle that I have, that's the circle that I have. And if it gets to the point to where that the village, the small circle that I have now, if they start falling off, then eventually I'm okay with being just me and my queen. Because I never understood when I was a child and when I was an adolescent, when I was a teenager and all that. I used to remember hearing all these older couples say that their mate is their best friend. Now I see. Now I see when people say that their mate is their best friend, I can count on my wife, man. My wife will always be there for me through thick and thin. I don't have to worry about my wife talking about me behind my back like men do, with jealousy and all that crap. I understand now when they say that your husband, your wife, is your best friend. Because at the end of the day, that is all you have. Really. When it's all said and done, that is gonna be your helpmate and that is gonna be your soulmate. So man, that's my piece, man. That's my piece. And I'm grateful and thankful that my queen allows me to have that. Just like I allow her to have her piece as well. Because like you said, life be life. Life be life.
My man cave like it's nothing. I was like, you have a man cave?
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta have it. That was the first thing I needed. That was the first thing I needed. Before we solidified this house, I said, I need a man cave. I need a
Yeah.
place for me. This is actually a man cave right here. I just created it into a studio. But I come in here. This is where I do my show at. So maybe about 30 minutes before my show, I go into prayer. I just come in here and leave whatever I had out there. I just leave that out, man. Because like I said, I want to be my authentic self for my guests. I want to be my authentic self for my guests. I don't want any. I just don't want no any negative spirits to be on the show. These people that are coming on are amazing people, and they're coming telling their story, man. And I don't want anything to mess that up. You know what I mean? Like I said, the show ain't about me. It's not about me at all. It's about God. It's not about me. It's about God, and it's about the amazing people that come on and testify and share their goodness. Which I got you
Right.
scheduled as well. I got you scheduled.
Why he trying to throw me up in there now? Let's talk about him and this magazine going on over here. Let me tell y'all something. I had to look at the magazine and then scroll through your stuff because I was like, is that an AI? That's really him. Like, what in the world? Could chill with Teddy Ray and Teddy Ray on the magazine. Trina, he got cleaned up real good. He cleaned up so clean. I'm talking about you can look at him and he didn't even look at the camera. I look so good, I ain't got to look at y'all. Y'all see this? Hello? Therefore, he was, yes. But I did.
That was my wedding picture.
Okay. See, Trina, now I know why he was cleaned up. He got you cleaned up for her. So leave that alone for her, period, and did cleaned up real nice. But you was on the Winter Circle cover magazine. That's what got me. Was I went back and I looked at the cover and I checked it out and everything, and I was like, men of impact. You are definitely, even though he over there modest and humble and I'm on a mission for God, this has impacted you in such a profound way because you had the luncheon with the men. And the first time you told me that, I was so excited about that. And he was like, and a magazine, all this is happening all at once and things are taking flight. Where are you now? You did a magazine, you've been on the radio show, and which is the radio station, and then you was on the Winner Circle Magazine podcast and the cover of the magazine. Superstar, what's the next for you going on?
Well, first, man, I'm gonna be as transparent as I can. I've been moving so much, I haven't even had a chance to read my magazine.
I ain't
Seriously,
gonna ask no question.
I,
Trying. I tell him to go and read something in the magazine, but it's fine. Everybody go and purchase it on what is it? Mag Cloud or winnercirclemag.com. Purchase the magazine. We used to purchase Ebony and Jet like it wasn't nothing. Y'all better get a hold of some people that got some magazines out here. Subscribe and all that. That way you can get to see all these people that you don't even know nothing about. That's great, phenomenal, impacting lives out here. Shoot, I am.
you know, I appreciate that. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I've actually been anticipating reading, but not my story, because I was interviewed by the actual magazine, so I already know my story. I'm more interested in reading the other brothers that are in the book, and I say that as so humbly as I can, because there's some other brothers in there that's amazing as well. The fact that I'm actually on the cover of it is mind blowing. I never in a million years, like I said, not just being in a magazine, but being on the front of the magazine is just it's mind blowing.
Yeah, on the cover.
It's mind blowing.
Any magazine, it doesn't matter because her magazine ain't out here with the rest of whatever that ain't real no way. Hers is. Shout out to Simone. Thank you so much. Because if you check out, she did a phenomenal job to where you're looking at the cover of this and you can go read the other sides and everything. I can't open it up because it was just a picture, but it was really phenomenal to see. I got to say, a black man, a brother on the cover of a magazine right now. Not a celebrity, because I don't do celebrities. I don't celebrate fake, phony, and falsified fame, fortune. I celebrate superstars who are original, authentic, and we know what we're talking about and standing on purpose of business.
Come on, man. You crazy.
I'm trying not to, do my, but at the same time, I have that woman is the executive in chief in charge of the magazine. And Mr. Teddy Ray is on the cover. From England. Would you ever think about it like this?
From Inglewood,
California. He ain't Tyrese. He ain't Snoop Dogg. Hello? I could go on. He ain't Ice Cube. He ain't Kendrick Lamar. He is Teddy Ray, and he on the cover of a magazine. I'm going to put respect on where respect is. Clock it and is, period. Say yes to you.
I appreciate that. Just hearing you say that giving me chills, man, because like I said, it said on the front of the magazine, an overcomer. That's exactly my life, man. It's being an overcomer. Like no one thought I would be a winner, but I'm a winner on the winner circle, man. So I'm grateful for that. But to go back to what you were saying about what I have coming up, I am working on writing a personal book myself. So I anticipate that. I do have a writer's coach. So I'm actually anticipating probably sometime next year, I'll release a book. Also, I am currently working on a bio stage play about my life. And I am casting some members to be my dad, my mom, my best friend, my childhood sister. Yeah,
Oh, Trina, I'm speaking it into you over there touching the green. I'm speaking it now. I'm coming to Cali. I'm gonna be in the movie. I'm speaking it into existence. Yes.
I am closing in on my 200 show, and I'm gonna have a red carpet event. I would definitely love for you to come out and fellowship with us, man. This is gonna be I would love to. And also I got apparel. So if you're interested in getting some apparel, I do have some apparel out. I have t-shirts out, chill with Teddy Ray's t-shirts. It's on my page now. They're going for $25, but I'll be giving it out for free. I don't know, God, just been placing. See, when you serving, man, it's not all about money. I've been just promoting and advertising for other people. I've been just when people can't make events, I'll sponsor them, with the money or whatnot. And my wife be like, hey, you sure you won't be able to do that? And I'm like, man, God just told me, that this person really wants to go or really needs to go, so I'm gonna sponsor this person or these people, you know. Also, I don't know. It's just a lot of things I got going on. My queen, she has a lot of things going on herself. I want to put something together real huge though for men and women. We were talking about having possibly putting together a marriage. I guess you could say marriage village.
Yeah, and I won't be in that one.
But you know what, Doug? Listen. Are you looking? Are you looking? Are you okay with being single?
No, you ain't gonna trip me up with that. Are you looking and say he who find the wife? I'm
No,
supposed
no,
to look.
and that you helping somebody. You are helping a lot of women with that because a lot of women answer that question with they are looking. And I always say, I see this all the time. I said this in my Valentine's Day show. I said, stop looking for love. Love will show itself. Stop looking for it. Love will show itself. You will know when love show itself. So stop looking for it. That's the reason we were talking about. You said something earlier about about marriage or whatnot, and all that. Well, the thing is that the reason why so many fail marriages is because everybody is excited about the wedding, but not excited about the marriage.
I'm sorry, I ain't mean to laugh, but I heard that one too about the wedding.
Yeah.
First of all, that's how I birthed "Say Yes to You" out of me. Teddy didn't give it to me. No man or no woman gave me "Say Yes to You" or "Speak to My Heart." God did. I say it like that. God did. I was creating a business card that was about jewelry. You make the little jewelry box, whatever. I'm sitting there and I want a slogan for it. And I'm staring at this card and I didn't even have a thought. I just looked and I was like, say yes to you. Because we said yes to people, places, and things. You said yes to the dress, David's bridal. Ding. You said yes to the ring. You said yes to the man. Ding. When did you say yes to you, Keith? That was the message for me. But I wasn't saying yes to none. It was something I was going through. I've been engaged, so I know what it is to go on David's bridal. I know what it is to, somebody put a ring on your finger. And all of that was me saying yes to the whole illusion of a marriage.
Yeah.
I've heard two things in the last 2 weeks before you got here about marriage. One, business. Let me tell y'all what word goes with business. Partnership. And I'm a business major. Partnership and business go together. In order for me and you to actually become one entity of a business, of the marriage, we have to have a signed agreement. That looks like a partnership to me that we're going to make this marriage business operate functionally the way that we want to. Not the way that they want to, he want to, she want to, mama, them, or that pastor. True marriage. Ain't that what you said? Your true love, your true marriage.
Yeah.
That goes authentic one, authentic two, and it becomes true. Speak to my heart. Say yes to you. The two of us has to come to an agreement. When is the last time you agreed with your soul? When's the last time you allowed your soul to sit you down and you become an agreement of all that's going on with you. Yeah, I do this. Yeah, no, I don't like that. No, I really don't like going around my family like that. Ugh. When you agree with what your feelings is telling you, which is your soul, and stop having an expression from the feeling and have an encounter and experience, it will keep you in peace. Perfect. That surpasses all understanding means inner calm. See, I've been and done my homework with certain words in the Bible. Peace means inner calm. You're not going to never take that from me. It means the place where God dwells, where you need to go sit down, be quiet, be humble, and know that God is God.
Come on now. Yeah. Come on.
The temple. Your temple ain't where it's outside of you, right? This is why I'm sharing what helped me get past PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorders and symptoms and disabilities that's keeping me dissing myself so I can't see me or be me or become me because I'm too busy dissing me. When I don't say yes to me, I'm dissing me. You said something. It was saying yes to your gift. When you said yes, you woke up. And the reason I shared it like that, because when I spoke, say yes to you out my mouth, see it, speak it, receive it, and know it. When you speak something out your mouth that you wasn't thinking, that's God. I said it like I said it in 2019 in my auntie's house. Say yes to you. And I did it because I got the same laptop that's right in front of me, and auntie looked at me, she said, baby, that's God. See, God always give you a guide so that you don't doubt.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
On this journey in your saying yes to my gift. Did you recognize the guides that were placed there or that was already there for you to, keep moving forward?
Well, I said this before on my with this journey with this podcast. God told me to start this podcast over 9 years ago, and I told him no. And the reason why I told him no was because I wasn't physically ready, spiritually ready. So I didn't want to do anything half for God because God is not a half God to us. So why would I be half for him? So I told him no. And, I still was doing worldly things. And I don't know if I told you about this here. I'm going to be transparent because this is helping somebody. When I said yes this time, I still was doing worldly things. I was coming on the show high as a kite, drunk, and all that because, this was to me a hobby. It was not. I didn't know the purpose. I didn't hear the assignment. So when I started coming on here in the beginning, it was just me coming on Saturday, just chopping it up with people and getting off and going back to drinking and smoking, And then I heard God in a still voice tell me, I can't use you fully until you're empty. And I was like, what is he talking about? What is he talking about? And I started to just, like I said, I get into that solitary confinement with God, and he showed me myself. He showed me what he was talking about. And at that moment, I heard a voice say that if you don't take your blessings now, I will give it to someone else. So I committed myself to just go cold turkey on drinking, on smoking, and that has been the best decision of my life. God has been shifting things in my life. God has been healing me. God has been showing me who's my friends, who's not my friends. God has been telling me who I should trust. I've been, just being honest, man. It was a pruning season. When God starts shifting things in your life, it's going to be a pruning season because some of the people that he's shifting out of your life is going to be real close to you. It's going to be real close to you. It's going to be hurt. It's going to hurt you because you're like, what? You removing them? But I've been knowing them for 40 plus years. but you removing them from me? Why? And that's when God will give you that, and I feel like I have been gifted, uh, you know, when my a good friend of my wife, I called her my sister, man, when she passed away. I felt like God had blessed me with the gift of being a seer. And that seeing spirit has allowed me, protect my family, and protect my peace.
Woo!
So, you know,
Whoa. You know, peace. My peace is non-negotiable. I didn't got my daughter to
mm,
finally stop saying it.
mm,
Peace
yeah,
is
yeah,
non-negotiable. I
yeah.
literally was spazzed out on you for trying to disrupt, disturb, or even tear down my wall of peace. You know why? Because I learned that one at church. I looked up and did the homework for the word peace. Because
Mm,
words do matter and words do hurt or they elevate. So when you look up the word peace in the English dictionary, it means inner calm.
mhm, mhm, mhm,
God's like,
mhm.
that's why Suge was over here. God's trying to tell you something.
Yeah,
That was my favorite
yeah,
song on The
yeah,
Color Purple.
yeah.
And because of that, every time that, I want to go do a little homework, do a little research or something, I would just do it. And every time, that's how for me, God was speaking to me because I wasn't asking the pastor or asking somebody in Bible study. So I would always ask the internal question, like deal with your feelings or something like, well, I don't want to feel like that. How do I do that? You do have to take this word. You do have to eat that.
You
Like,
do.
so if you're trying to feel better about certain things, you got to know that God loves you. So like you're redirecting, basically you're psyching out your feelings. And in order to do that, you got to put internal flame on there. This is where praising God, praise ye the Lord. That where that come from? Y'all be thinking that why you be doing praise ye the Lord? Because when I do
Yeah.
that, it shut up my feelings that we want to have an experience in the natural. No, we not. God said I'm good. He didn't just say that. He said very good. Everything else was good. But man, he said very. He adjective. He adverb and adjective to me. So now let me go delete what I added to me so I can see me. So I
Absolutely.
got to stop being conformed to the likeness of this world because it ain't holy and acceptable. And God ain't hearing me because you too busy want to do what you want to do.
100%. 100%.
I don't want to do that.
100%.
That made me feel like what he said. My other friend over there at Inglewood that I was listening to, I forgot his name, Mr. Williams. He said, you got to stop gonna and finna. You got to ignore that. So
Oh,
I did
yeah.
my
Yeah. Yeah. Well, shout
He
out to my
said,
my mentor. Shout out to my mentor, Apostle Ruben Young. That's who you're talking about.
oh, well, he mine
Yeah.
too. That right
Yeah.
there, that was the first part of my homework that I took and wrote down and put a star by it. What things do you need to ignore? You need to ignore what you say when you say, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go to the park today and I'm gonna touch the leaves, put my feet in the grass, and ew, I'm going to ignore the ew. I'm gonna ignore, oh, I'm finna do this and ain't did. Can't even move. Just go do. Because clearly it says in Philippians, I can do all
One
things.
thing. Come on now. Come on
Right.
now.
Who
Come on.
strengthens? Where
Yeah.
does
Yeah.
come from? You got to
Yeah.
grab your hand, and if you got to take both of your hands and do this, because Jesus is in you. And you're gonna have to allow the power of Jesus, because you ain't got this type of power. That's why he came and said, no, you know me, I know you trust me, right? Okay, Well, grab your other hand and grab the other hand and hold her hand and say, brother, come on, help me right now. Jesus is your brother. Allow him to help you to get closer to God, because you can't get there in your own physical anatomy, because you don't know how to worship, which is stop worrying. Worship is stop worrying, because you can't worship and worry at the same time. You can worship, and you got to do that in spirit and truth, meaning stop thinking and just be and just do. What grandma say? I love the Lord. He heard my But you ain't giving the cry to God. You want to give the cry to Billy, Sally Sue, and negative people. And then you got these unaddressed issues that you keep talking about, but they're not answered because it said, cast all your cares. What do you care about that you ain't giving to God? That's what I'm at with stuff. Because if I don't, I'm not going to be saying yes to my gift like you saying yes to yours. Or like you said 9 years ago, God said do something and you didn't do that. Ignoring self. God was on my show a couple weeks ago this month, June. I have to remember. I came back June the 1st. Okay. And Bree said... Shout out to the men. It's always Men's Mental Health Month. Everybody's Mental Health Month. Every day is Mental Health Day, okay? If you wake up and ain't had a moment with the Lord and said, thank you, Lord. If you ain't woke up and said that, just that much, you ain't got to do nothing else but just that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I try to hang myself because I know where I go when I have to go there.
Yeah. Come on.
So good to me. We running around here always singing songs and looking at folks and being embarrassed because you want to lift your hands in the sanctuary. You in the sanctuary, you won't even lift your hands up. That's how you get out of profit and get in a purpose mindset. That's how you get out of, I got to go to a job. Do you really? God been telling you to play that song. God been telling you to play that. Well, I don't know how to play the guitar. It's just in here for me to hum. I like instruments, okay? They keep me closer to God because I stay in harmonization, because he clearly said he don't want you to be a clank sound. He wants you to be a harmony.
That's right.
Can you share an experience where you hit a roadblock in, okay, I'm going to go into this, God, and I'm going to do this, what you telling me to do, and you hit that roadblock, but your gift, every little step that you took, walk by faith, every time you just did it, and it opened the door, like you said, your gift will make room for you, where you got in alignment, and then boom.
Well, it's been many of those, man. I would be lying to you if I didn't have many of those, man. There's been many times where I had roadblocks, and but I understood that delayed does not mean denied. I understood that. There was many times here, I initially I didn't want to, I don't have any degree or anything like that. I don't know how to do podcasts or anything like this. So I just stepped out on faith. The roadblock in this situation was, did I have the material? Did I have the appropriate, wire, microphones or equipment? Did I have all that? Did I have that to fulfill the assignment? But I just heard God just say, just serve, show up. All I want you to do is just show up. I'll do the rest. Just show up. So I've committed myself, and I said this before, man. When God is elevating you, God will make your uncomfortability comfortable. So everything that was uncomfortable, or everything that has been uncomfortable for me before, I just step and walk through it, because I know God is ordering my steps. So I know if there's any kind of delays, any kind of detours, any kind of pivoting. I know that those are not considered roadblocks, but those just another route to the same blessing that God has for me.
Only us that understand. Meaning, look, I can take the alley, but I can go down 2 blocks and I can cut through right there because that ain't the alley. See what I'm saying? You said don't go down the alley, but that curve that's around that block allows me to get that still the same type of way.
You still going the same way.
Look at it at different angles.
Yeah.
There go that. I can look that way, there go that. I can look up, down, around. Don't be a bot. Be a bean.
Come on now. Come on now. Yeah, like that's what a lot of people feel that, roadblock, that means that's the end of it. I heard somebody say on this podcast, on the podcast I was on, and they kind of made me think about my journey when they said a lot of people believe that your story ends when pain begins. And I was like, my God, if that is not a whole testimony right there for me, because a lot of people believe that when pain begins, their story ends. But I come to tell you today that you are the author of your book. Don't let nobody else write in your book. Keep writing and keep turning the pages because your book of life is a bestseller. It's a bestseller. You are the author. Control your own book of life. Don't ask for no help. Don't ask for none of that. Control your own book of life. Why? Because you're the author. You're the author. You don't need no co-author. You don't need none of that. You are the author. Walk through this thing called life alone. Because your story gives God the glory. Your story gives God the glory.
I don't believe God celebrates. That's why it clearly says in there, for I know the plans. We're gonna stop right there. For I know the plans for you.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
That's what got me. That's what kept me a little bit. You know my plan?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So now I gotta ask the question right there. Can I at least get the blueprint? Yeah, you the plan, you the blueprint.
Yeah.
But it's you gotta sit down with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everything, all this is you.
Yeah.
They want me to do this when you get they out your mouth and say I. But they say ain't no I in team. You know why? Because you're already there. You need team players to be a part of the team.
Yeah. Yeah.
You, me, myself, and I, God. Meshach, Shadrach, Abednego, God. It was 4 people in the fire. Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, God. Me, myself, I, God. So you won't get in the fire because you're scared to burn. Every time you hurting, you burning.
Yeah.
Every time you don't give it over to God, now you burning. Now that fire is turning up because you won't take the pressure and give it to the person who's forceful so that the area can be peaceful. It's still going to be in the middle. If I'm the pressure, well, the force is the force coming from God in you, the soul of you, the source of you. And every time that you don't go give over what's in the pressure pot of your thoughts, because everything deal with a thought then, you won't give over your thought because I know the plans for you. My plan, when I sat down and was quiet and still and working in a gift that I ain't know nothing about, that's how you walked in your purpose on purpose because you are operating. See, I was listening, Teddy. I wasn't ignoring the fact that, okay, key a job and all that. I was walking, I was flowing. Ignorance on fire. I knew that was for me, and I'm going to follow whatever it is. That means I was leading myself to where I am right now. Speak to my heart, show, which, like you said, this ain't for me. This is for us.
That's right.
For
That's right.
you. But
That's
for
right.
us, we can't
That's
have
right.
a conversation on the porch until us get together. Everything is like Big Mama and them had. They wanted us to come and eat. It wasn't about eating. It was about communion. Real communion was at home, since they said church started at the home front first. What they look like, real communion. The people in the
Yeah.
house,
Yeah.
which is a
Yeah.
heart,
Yeah.
a tight
Yeah.
one at that. You can't get through there. You think that youngest one is going, oh, I'm gonna let you in. They scared of strangers. You ain't even getting in the door. They done ran in the house and locked the door, and Mama and them looking like, what wrong with you? Somebody outside. Now I'm gonna step up and I'm gonna go look. Oh, I'm still got everybody locked. Oh, see, that's God in anything in our life.
Yeah.
Where all we gotta do is be the kid and stop trying to think that, oh, because I'm an adult, I put childish behaviors away. It did not say anything about you as an adult. It just said that when I became a man, I mean, I ain't no longer a little kid walking around. I'm a man. So the little kid mentality I have to put away. It didn't say you did nothing with the child. That's why we have people having to go do shadow work and inner child work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because we don't go back to what he said, which is allow people to be expressive. Crying, venting, because I got 2 sons first, and then my daughter, the real crybaby, came last. Y'all think that? No, the real crybaby was first.
Mm-hmm.
Them 2 boys,
mm-hmm.
they cried more than Desiree did. Desiree got here last. She was the sweetest baby. She wasn't no crybaby. You know what I'm saying? The crybabies was the boys.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I didn't let them cry. My baby daddy tried to take that from my second born. I bink upside. Don't you do that. He's a kid. He ain't just no. Stop taking away an expression that's natural. If a baby cries, you go to sleep wrong.
I agree.
A baby, a soul, the sweetest, purest spirit, the soul of you is that baby. And if you don't go and take yourself to God, you're going to still hurt and wallow, and ain't going to be no purpose, because you fall in love with Jesus by going to sit with God, by going to sit with yourself. And that's how you know what I'm saying? That's why I say I'm giving what they don't see, which is from you.
Yeah.
To see you fall in love with yourself, to see you go there with you and say, I don't want this for me. I don't want to be 6 feet, 9 feet deep. Or mystery in the alley that we're talking about. Oh, who is this brother? Because sometimes people do stuff to your body where it's so deformed, where they got to use your teeth or your bones to identify you. Thank you. Thank you. Whatever sport that you grab to, thank you. Whatever person that you had on to in church, and I want to be like them, and not even, I thank you. Minister Bishop Teddy Ray. Thank you. He be trying not to want me to say that. I don't care. Still Minister Bishop Teddy Ray to me. When you have men that are ready to sit down in a seat and say, I want to share my story. So proud of you to bring back your power, your sovereignty, your knowledge, your wisdom, taking back your super cape and putting it on it, knowing that God got me. You are the perfect definition of what it looked like of saying, God got me.
My God. Yeah. Yes. 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 Yes.
Not to have you over there like that, but I just allow God to use me, and that's just what I do. This is what I do. I speak. Speaking is my gift, which is, they like to say in church world, evangelism and all that, baby. I flow naturally because I'm an instrument for God, and I won't move. Since you said the devil was an instrument, well, I'm gonna be his instrument for real, and I'm gonna make sure that I use my voice to build, uplift, encourage, and allow somebody to know that you do matter. What would be your advice to tell a brother or anybody out there that's going through right now silently? You don't know what it is to feel like to be in the hood and silent hurt. I didn't talk my mess with that. You do not know. I'm trying to hold that. They just don't. You don't know what it is for the brother not to even talk to you because he hurting. He's fearing for his life every day because he got to walk outside and have that blinky with him because of the fact that he had to protect himself and his family. You don't know what it is to walk outside and don't know if this going to be the day, am I going to make it home? How can we, as a unit, because unit being universe, if you just take off the T, only thing we're doing in a unit is teaching. There's the difference. In a unit, we teach, we guide, we lead. Because as a universe is one sound, one verse, one harmony. And when we come together, now we're a collective unit. How can we, knowing we live in a world where people aren't doing the hashtag not alone, what message should we convey to people so that they will know God is always with them? When we have so many masquerade, fake, phony, fictitious is in the Bible too. It's in Proverbs. So while y'all up there speaking words, it ain't helping nobody. Stay alive, stay alive. And I'm talking about alive mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, soulfully. You playing pastor, you playing teacher, you playing this, and people still losing their lives because they don't believe, they don't even know, because they look at your lifestyle, rich and famous, and not purpose and potential. Okay.
Yeah, I like that question. Like I said, I'm glad you asked that. First off, we have to go from here to here. And what I mean by that is we got to be able to come down and meet the people where they're at.
Right.
What I mean by that is that's where the titles and the cliques and everything else that's involved in these churches, man, needs to be non-existing. It was a situation at the men's brunch that I had. A friend of mine brought a friend of his that was homeless, and he didn't have on the appropriate attire in his mind to come into my men's brunch. So I went outside because the brother told me, "Hey, I got a friend, but he doesn't want to come in because he's not appropriately attired to come in here." And I was like, him showing up. See, that's the thing. You got to let people know. Him showing up is enough. So I went out there and I spoke to him and I said, "Hey, man, listen. As much as you feel unattired to be there, I need you. I need you in there." And he's like, "You really need me in there?" "Yes, I need your presence in there." Why? Because your story is going to help me and others. And then once he got in there, it was just amazing, man. That's why I'm so excited about this men thing that I got going on, man. Because I saw him shift from being uncomfortable to being comfortable in the environment. He started sharing his story. He started listening to other men share their story, and he's like, "Man, I can't believe I'm not the only one in here that's been through all that." See, that's where it starts. That's where it starts. You need to be able to be vulnerable and stop trying to be up here and not share your story. Your story needs to be shared, and I don't care how low you have to come to meet people so you can tell your story so your story can be felt. So
what you said, yes.
yeah,
I'm over here like imagining. I got visual thing. I can see y'all. When you ask God to open up thine eyes so that I can receive spiritual wonders of your law, hey, God, open up that eye.
yeah.
God don't care about them clothes. God don't care about them clothes. He don't care about nothing about them clothes, them cars, them things. He ain't materialism. That's why I said, do not be conformed to the likeness of this world. Conformness starts within your mind first, and then you start judging yourself because of what somebody else has said. Others' opinion don't make you. They don't pay a bill. They don't open a door. They don't change the light bulb. They don't do nothing. Honey, you matter. You and
matter. You matter. That's
what
the key.
think about me says to anybody, you matter.
You matter.
That's God's message that you matter.
Your voice matters.
The mind matter.
Ain't that the name of this show? Your voice matters.
That made me feel so good because I know I'm in a transitional housing area. No, I shared that with you. Last year I was at a shelter. Now I'm in an apartment. You can clearly see the door right behind me. So that lets you know ain't that much of space, but it's enough space for me. See, peace look like what to you? Do it look like, oh, let me get a thing because I got it. Oh, let me get another thing. And then when ain't no thing there, are you peaceful? No.
Come on.
But can you sit with yourself in your own mess and magnificent at the same time and know that I'm going to give it to God. God don't care about you being perfect. He don't care about you and got that thing right or not. He just want to know, do you see you? Do you know you? Do you know how powerful beyond measure you are? And if you don't believe me, go to, 2 Timothy, 1 Timothy. See, I know what scriptures are because I didn't ate them. Okay? I might not remember what Bible, but I clearly know that it said God didn't give you something, which was the spirit of fear, but of power, the power of your mind, the power of your voice, love, and sound mind. So you chose to adapt the fearful mentality when God said, I made you fearfully and wonderfully made. He didn't make you out of fear. He made you out of fire. That's why I said fearfully and wonderfully made. He burnt off stuff of you that the enemy was trying to make it so you couldn't be able to do certain things, like open your mouth. If you got a voice, let it be heard. Because your story is going to help that person over there that think their story is over. When you speak it, they'll build it. Mentions their self back up. They courage, confidence back. Courage come from within, because it is. The lion thought he had no courage or whatever, but didn't realize that he had it all along. Hello, because it's within. Now you think you don't have no confidence, but you don't realize that you're too busy spitting coins instead of your confidence. You want a coin to make you be confident inside yourself. Oh, because you got this, all that flash, right? Y'all might want to go listen to some 1970 and 80 songs for real. They're going to flip your mind out if you listen to them with an open heart. Flash, light.
Yeah.
You can't flick the switch until you do like my big brother over here saying, well, I'm big sis. Okay, I'm going to tell y'all that, but that's big bro. You can't flick the switch until you go within. How can you turn the light on in your home if you outside of it? I'm going to let you have that one. Teddy going with that one, y'all. Y'all better get ready. When he minister that word, you can't flick the light switch on. Hold on.
Yeah.
I can't unplug this light. And put it back on unless I'm right here in this room. I can't turn on the light within myself from outside. How can we help our brothers? Because it's still when the brother's on here, it's always about the mean, okay? But how can we help our brothers who are really suffering in silence and you see them? I'm saying it from, that ain't my business. He good. We always trying to say some ain't your business, but you I'm so hood. You repping your hood, but you ain't helping the brother in the hood. You know he over there got some stuff going on. You know everything about him is majority of us as women. We look at our melanin men as they angry, and majority of melanin men look at the melanin sister as we angry. We are. Help me. See, I'm gonna be taking Teddy Ray, Bishop Ray, Sunday school class stuff, y'all, because I'm being honest in that area. Hell, honesty is supreme to your identity, everybody. But I just want to know from the man, how can we help our brothers out here for real? And you looking at them hurting, you know, you can hear it in their voice, their ego come out, and like you said, you got your chest buffed out for the wrong damn thing.
You got to care enough to care enough, man. I'm involved in at my church. We have what is called a men's circle. Those type of things is what men's need, man. You got to be able to show that that you're concerned. I get it. Everybody, got a busy lives and everything, and ain't nobody focusing on nobody else's life. They only focusing on. But if you are committed to serving, that has to be the ultimate goal, is to be a fisherman. And I am committed to being a fisherman in this kingdom walk that I'm in right now, because I'm just like the oath of the service. No comrades left behind. Not a one. No matter what their wounds are, no matter what their circumstances are, stop being so judgmental. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that man over there is valuable because he's a drug addict or he's an alcoholic. No. That brother over there may be more anointed than you. He just happened to have a downfall in his life, but he probably can be more anointed than you. He probably knows the word more than you. So, so
you know my business.
But I'm just saying, though. I mean, we always try to be judgmental, man, and that's what's the downfall with trying to be a fisherman. Is he gonna be a fisherman? Be a fisherman. If you're not gonna be a fisherman, then don't be a fisherman. Then but don't be mad at someone else that wants to be a fisherman. Because if I see a fallen comrade or a fallen brother that's looking for help, I'm going to do exactly what I did at my men's brunch. I'm going to go out there and tell him, look, you matter. You matter. I don't care what the situation is in your life. God has not forgot about you. Don't feel like God has forgot about you. He said in his word, he would never leave us nor forsake us. So if you read the word, you must bleed the word. You must live the word. And then, like I said, man, it's time now. It's time now. Everybody always frowning upon the next brother, man, and looking down on the next brother because of what he have and what he don't have, and what spiritual walk he has and what spiritual walk he don't have, what kind of money he has, what kind of money he don't have. Stop all that nonsense, man. Let's just go ahead and just start serving and being fishermen in the kingdom. Because listen, a quiet mind is a deadly mind. A quiet mind is a deadly mind.
Ooh, I gotta type that one in too. Because I know how to come back to stuff when I ain't got when I can't grab my pieces because I don't want to move too much. To know how to knock the whole, like he said, with your gift and everything. Don't think because although it all look good and pretty, this stuff is on some books. I've been right, but a quiet mind
is a deadly mind. It's deadly.
That's like
because so much consumed in your mind that it has no release button. So everything that you are going through is just building up, building up, building up. You don't have no release button to just let all that out. It's just building up, building up, building up. And then eventually, a quiet mind is a deadly mind. What I mean by that, when I say deadly mind, there's thought that's where the thoughts of suicide.
Come on now. There you go.
Yeah. There's
And
the
that's the
thoughts
number
of,
one. That is the number one thought that's
mm,
gonna come here when your cup empty, which is you, and your mind is full. When your cup is empty, which is you, and your mind is full, now your mind is a deadly mind because those are the thoughts that are coming from you. I told you I
yeah,
got you.
yeah,
Because those thoughts are there to kill, steal, and destroy.
yeah,
We so
yeah.
them with words. No, first of all, that's in the Bible. Kill, steal, and destroy is in the Bible. That is what the enemy looks like. It's the part of you that have allowed ego to do this. Now, ego is balancing all of you, and you have no higher consciousness, which is God consciousness. Not Jesus. Jesus is in you. God consciousness. Some type of higher entity is supposed to overshadow. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. See, if you can't get there and say something verbatimly, then you don't mean it. That's how you meditate on a sentence out the Bible. You meditate on it. I can do all things through Christ who strengthened me. It's embedded in me because it was on a banner. It was a banner in the church. And Miss Felicia, who was, I don't forget how old Miss Felicia is now, but she was about 5 or 6. And her little sister Monique, they're about 6 and 5, about a year or two apart. They're the pastor's daughter.
Mm,
They're little kids, though. You're like, you know what I'm saying? And I never forget her singing that song that they didn't create it out of a scripture. I just never forget the scriptures, Philippians 4:13. I can do all things. You ain't got to say the rest. I can. That's a lot for somebody who comes from environments that were created to kill, steal, and destroy you. Inglewood is not an area that was created. It's like Lawrence Fishburne said on Boys in the Hood. And we can go Lawrence Fishburne, Boys in the Hood, and Lawrence Fishburne turn around here and put in the Matrix. It's still the same man. He's telling you then it's an illusion. Why? To kill, steal, and destroy, to take you out so that you don't know how great you are. And that was his simplicity. And still, we go years up. And in the Matrix, it's the same thing. All he said, it's an illusion. So you don't know who you are, that you don't know that this is all real, set up to keep you in a box, not in a circle.
Come on now. Come on now. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you take the box, take the circle, if you don't believe me, draw a square. And then draw a circle. Now around it, you're going to draw it in the same diameters of it so that you can have a square at corners of the circle. Now you can see that you can go through it and around and curve. Hello. And you can bend that corner a little bit and come out, and then you can go draw you another circle. But because we're used to going straight lines, you see it like this.
Yeah.
And I like how you said, I just want you to see differently. Feel differently. Know that somebody appreciates you. Yeah. I didn't feel appreciated until I went to Cleveland. I was in Mississippi since I was like 10. I did not feel appreciated until I went to Cleveland in 2012. Did you hear what I said?
Yeah.
I didn't feel no value. I didn't feel nothing. I didn't have my mama and sister, but I didn't feel that. And then I go to one of the worst cities in the whole United States. And I feel loved and valued and appreciated. Hey, Queen, hey. Like, It changes you. And then
Yeah.
you see what you're supposed to do. Build the park back.
Yeah. You're right.
This is
So,
my don't. I'm going because I can see the park.
yeah.
I know you know what it feels like, Teddy, to go outside and you see first 48 like, damn. I just keep hearing the year I left out of Cleveland, 2017, when I first left Cleveland. Those of us who know think I came because it was mom and them and all that. I ain't been with my family. Yeah. But all three of my kids had almost lost their life. They've been different times in Cleveland. All three of them. Anthony Cortez, that's right. Shout out to y'all. Y'all still standing. Okay? And my grandson. His first experience of saying goodbye to somebody is because he has to say goodbye to his 3-year-old friend that was killed in a drive-by. And I say that to say that as like trying to explain to a child that young, and the only thing they want to know is why that happened. Why did that happen? My grandson was so brave. His name is Emmanuel. Remember them zodiac signs mean something? Okay, he is a Sagittarius. He's a couple days after his pop-out. My baby daddy, he's born in December, December the 3rd, and then here comes December the 8th. You know what I'm saying? So it's alignment in that, right? So I still have to serve. We go outside. I got a picture of him meet with us with this poster and say, "Don't shoot. I'm only 3." The news came. I had people stop on the side of the street, and I still right. Look, the park is across the street, so the bench that's right here at the bus stop, because it's by the little candy store that Mr. James Levis, Mr. Lester Levis created a candy store like back in the day. You know what I'm saying? You see our community, you see I'm smiling. I got to work in living, yeah. Grandson, we was right out there. If we don't go build our community, who gonna build it back?
Yeah. Yeah.
Gentrification ain't nothing compared to they don't want to come in that community because they know the value. Not you. They know the value of the area. That's why I said I'm so proud of you when you said value on that show. I was like, I ain't even writing that down because I ain't gonna forget that one. That go with a course that I'm putting together, which is VIP, value, identity, purpose, virtue, integrity, passion. See, your pain will push you into your purpose.
Yeah. Yeah.
What does that look like to you when because every time I hear they do something to me, and I don't even know how to really try to explain to anybody what that looks like. I think men do it better, so I'm gonna let you do it when it's talking about your pain pushes you into your purpose. I just walk by faith. That's all I know.
Yeah, my pain, man, my whole life, my pain has gave me clarity of my purpose. My pain has submitted a legacy foundation in my story, in my journey. You know, a lot of things that I have been blessed with in my life has started off with pain. You know, and that's what people need to realize is that, you know, a lot of your testimonies are not going to be that picket fence kind of story. A lot of your testimonies is going to start with pain because the pain is what allows you to gain favor. Your pain is what allows you to gain the favor of God on your life. So I've you know, there's been many times, man, where my pain, you know, seeing childhood friends, like you said yourself about losing people. My pain, man, my pain of losing my mom in 2018, being an only child, you know, have to bury my mom, um, with limited help, limited support, because again, I'm the only child. I don't have any siblings' shoulders to cry on, to lean on. I don't have none of that. So I had to, exclude myself. And I came up with an acronym. You might want to write this down too. I
My
came
pen.
up with an acronym, and I said, "Grieve at your own pace." And I came up with the acronym for the word pace. And in your grieving process, the word peace is process what has happened, accept what has happened, cry it out, and exclude yourself. What I mean by that is exclude yourself for the world so you can get yourself back together. So that is my definition of the word pace. And that is what it has allowed me to process pain. Because pain, again, only has allowed me to gain favor from God.
Yeah. I like I really love that. Especially exclude because
Yeah.
when you're and grieving does not always mean a person, like somebody is, not
Yeah.
transition.
Grieving does not mean bereavement. Grieve does not mean bereavement.
Yes, because you can grieve because that version of you no longer exists in their eyesight. So you do have to accept that process. So I like that you said exclude, because that was the first. I go in between the word. I be dealing with my word master. So I'm like, if I don't accept me where I'm at right now, if I don't accept Kiana LaToya Turner today, embarrass Kiana. I don't accept all of me, my higher self, my lower self, my in between. I ain't gonna be able to cry.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna be able to cry, which is releasing to restore what needs to be renewed. It's always ours with me because you keep doing the same cycle of stuff, right? So let's fix that. Let's just restore. Let's always restore instead of a recycled mentality. You could just exclude it now. It's not there. So you got to do exclude self so that you can love the new self of you. I'm always about identity. How you gonna love what's going on with you right now? How you gonna love you getting in your royalty seat?
Because you gotta understand the excluding part is allowing you to heal so feelings can come back again.
Yeah.
In order for feelings to come back, healing has to be attached. So you have to heal so feelings can come back.
What you said. Hold up. Genuine soul characteristic feelings. Because we've been attached to so much program and he say, she say, mama them and traditional cultures and all this other stuff and unaddressed issues that when the process begins, accept, admit my 5 A's to self-preservation. Why he all in my stuff today. So we going to go down this list again. Number 1 is you are always supposed to be accountable. Period. That's why it's not in there. But the 5 A's deal with you accepting, allowing, adjusting, agreeing, so you can be in alignment. You can't be in alignment till you go through all the other 4. But being accountable the entire time. Okay, you too much. Oh, for you? Or am I being extra? And I don't be being sarcastic. I'm asking because I can be too much for you. And I'm just this way, period. See what I'm saying? So if I'm too much for you, you want me to dim my light. I ain't turn off the light. This ain't that. Under my umbrella. You better playing with me. God, keep an umbrella up above me. See, knowing who you are allows you to talk a certain way. It's called authority. Stewardship, it's serving, but it comes with certain certifications. One of them is knowing that you are in dominion of only you. That means you are only controlling self. And in order to do that, you have to be a good steward of self, and you have to do this other part, which he didn't say, which is care, which also that looks like being fruitful. All of these things are in the Bible for y'all who don't believe. Okay, so if I need to be a good steward, I have to get in a certain position. So that looks like I have to be ready to have a transformation. Even the Transformers had to go from a car to a bike. So you can't always be on chill with Teddy Ray. You got to get out and be you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to get out and do some work. What does that look like? You know, you balance, but you got some work going on, and you said, oh, I got to exclude.
Yeah. 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 Like after this long day today, I'm going to have to exclude.
I'm not gonna hold you anymore. I just looked up there at the time, and this is what it looked like.
I'm not talking about this interview. I'm talking about you have to listen. I'm talking about, first of all, I'm having an amazing time. We can keep going if you wish, but I'm saying that when God is stretching you, God is stretching you. Just know that He is going to provide the strength in that stretching. He's going to provide you the strength to be stretched. And then after He stretches you, He's going to put you in a place where you can rest. He's going to put you in a place where you can rest. You ain't going to have to worry about being disturbed or anything. He will put you in a place where you can rest. Just like yourself. God has been stretching you. I'm gonna leave you alone, but I just been put on my heart.
I'm over here like, no, you ain't. You better go on, cause God, we already know.
God is stretching you. God is stretching you, and just know, I said this before, man. Your commitment with what you're doing right now, and I think this is a phenomenal. I actually I'm sending a lot of guests your way because the voice matters is something that stuck out to me, and that was the reason why I reached out to you to be a guest on this amazing platform, is because this is the type of platform that us, if you get what I'm saying, need to have for us to express ourselves. You don't have to be a celebrity. You can be just a normal person coming on, sharing your story. And
listen, we ain't superstars over here. Ain't nothing normal about none of us.
Listen, just because you're on TV don't mean you ain't a star.
What you said, because God says you are the light. And He didn't just say that, and He said, let your light shine. Hello, you don't believe me? Let me show y'all something. Go to Matthew 5, right? And in Matthew 5, because I was 12 years old and I didn't know what she was telling me to go look up and go find. After I looked and looked and looked, and I couldn't find what she was talking about, I was at 12, 13. I went there to Granddaddy. And I said, Granddaddy, our Wednesday Bible study teacher, she was telling us to look up such and such and find the beatitude, right? She said, because we need to work on our attitude. And this is how you can do this. And she was like, but this is our homework to go look them up. Granddaddy said, go to Matthew. He didn't tell me where. He said, go to Matthew. So I go read and read and read till I stumbled up on it. Matthew 5. Before it tells you that you are light and salt, it tells you what type of attitudes to have, right? Then He tells you, you are the light. Tell you what kind of light. A light that's set up on a hill on a city. You are a light that's set up on a hill on a city. Then He tells you that you are salt. Seasoning with what?
Yeah.
That's how you season.
Yeah.
And you can season with too much, and you can season with not enough. So I'm either bland or I'm too salty. So you need to get with God, which is a true alignment which allows you to speak from the soul of you. That's why I have to come back. I have to write down things, because when you speak from the soul of you, it's not about you remembering. It's about you flowing. It's about you not forcing anything. It's just about you being on beat, being in rhythm, because now you in tune and you're not taking from God and he not taking from you, because he know you like to flow and be all, like, like you like to put in a little ad lib, but make sure it's with God's word, not your words. How many times have you probably had the message that to somebody is letting them know, did God say that? Or are them your thoughts?
Said that many times to people, man. And I'm very guarded too. And you gotta have that gift of discernment too, man. When no, that wasn't God. God didn't tell you that. God, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that. Like, because a lot of people will tell you, like a lot of people will tell me, God told me that you're gonna be a pastor. God told me that you're gonna be an elder, and this and that and the third. Or I see you as a pastor and see you as a bishop and a reverend, and let me be honest with you. Let me be honest with you. I know God has a calling on my life. I do. I know God has a calling on my life, man. But some people that are telling you, and I'm not saying you, because I receive everything that you. I have, like I said, I have a seer spirit. So I know when it's coming directly from God out of a servant's mouth. I understand the difference between hearing God's voice from a servant's mouth and then from a serpent's mouth.
You might be good. I can't get up and go run. Just sit there like grandmama. Start it up. Be like sticky cool. And y'all better quit shooting down these ladies out here that be on these reality TV shows. They are a person just trying to get paid. Do y'all not know they risk their life just like regular every day out here? They be going city to city. It be people really after them. And they be trying to conduct something or whatever. Even though y'all see them beating and beaking and beaking, and they get paid to do that type of other stuff. But they be out here having songs, fashion. One of the girls is highly big in meditation and yoga. And I ain't know you can get the Stairmaster thing in your house. Just things when you get out of the negative mindset of other people and look at things for yourself.
Yeah.
My message for you is to the audience is stop looking at everybody because church is churchy now, whatever. Churches start being people and life be life in it. But when we have a real authentic person out here that really want to pour into your soul, because y'all too busy want somebody to get in over here snatching souls and all this other stuff, until you can go and snatch your own social butterfly mask off yourself and be real and genuine with who you are and stand there and look your own self in the mirror. Like Michael said, I'm starting with the woman in the mirror. I'm asking her to change her ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make a world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. I grew up listening to Michael. Oh, thank you, Trina. I be trying not to show out and sing. I be playing. Look, I just be playing. I don't be really singing. But certain songs are two on here for me. That one, Man in the Mirror, and my other favorite one, hashtag You Are Not Alone. If you ever feel like you can't do this, if you ever feel like I don't want to do this no more, like I can't do this and I don't want to do this, or two separate things, and you get to that point, reach out to Teddy Ray. Don't let your silent, yes I did, don't let your silent silent suffering. Pause with it. Your silent suffering, I don't even think about it, be the reason that you having empty thoughts. Because empty thoughts lead to, where did I change the page? I did. Okay, but just know empty thoughts lead to them things of you unaliving yourself just for anybody else in the background purposes. But them deadly thoughts is just that, deadly thoughts. They are there to try to steal, kill, and destroy and take you from yourself. You are priceless, precious, purpose, and have so much potential in you. We started off with just one thing of, well, I started off on my homework paper with it, where his biggest thing was he said yes. Before we leave for our day, can you share, hold on, I wrote it down for you. What does it mean when you hear speak to my heart?
Speak to my heart. Speak to my heart is it's an emotional roller coaster to me, man, because as a man, it's very difficult for you to say speak to my heart because we are always guarding our heart. So I had to come to a place where, Lord, speak to my heart. Lord, create in me a clean heart. That sounds so cliche, but it's so needed in this world with men is to create in us clean hearts, clean us from the childhood trauma, clean us from the childhood abandonment, clean us from the church hurt. And there's a lot of that going there. There's a lot of, we will talk about
Well, we'll come back with that, y'all. We ain't gonna mess with that because I go there and be like,
I'm I am a part of a church hurt, man. I've been in some church hurt situations, man, and I've came to a place now in my life, man, that it's not the church, it's the people. I've understand that the hurt does not come from the actual church. It comes from the people in the church. So those people that are doing the church hurts, man, they need to start doing some self-evaluation checks on themselves as well. Because are you a servant or are you a serpent? That's the question that we need to ask now. Are you a servant? Are you a serpent? And churches need to get rid of all the serpents if they can't be in realignment. If they are not wanting to be in realignment, then they need to be up out of there. Because the thing about that is that all you're doing is stopping people's purpose. You're stopping people's purpose. You're stopping people for allowing their voice to matter, to allow their gifts to matter. You're stopping all that. So,
experiencing, I just wanted to add with that, you're stopping somebody from experience the greatest gift of all, themselves.
Yeah.
I can't experience you fully until I experience me. We talk about, we always, oh, you did that wrong, da 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 da. We're so busy not realizing that person is focused on what they can't do right because you want to hold a door. You want to hold a door and be a gatekeeper when you don't realize that I'm going to go talk to the Lord God Almighty. He going to move you and bust that door down because clearly it says when I walk by faith and not by sight, that God going to move the mountain, which is your ass in my way. I ain't got to do nothing but go give it to him. Be a big kid like I am and go give it to God. Because God didn't tell you to move no mountain. You know what he told you to do? Pray. Have a conversation with me about it all the time without ceasing. That's what prayer means, is having a conversation continually with God. Whoever your God is, you go talk to God. You tell God what's going on. God already know. He just want to know, do you know, so you can give it to him and let your daddy do what he do. over here moving people. You ain't got to do nothing. Whatever they do, God can do better. Y'all better be a big kid, huh? And I know some of us didn't have parents or nothing, but you better must up big kid mentality. I'm going to go tell mama. I'm going to go tell daddy. That's what God wants you to do. Get into the mode of being childlike, not child behavior, but childlike, so that you can come to him. Come freely, wholeheartedly. I got you. If you don't never felt what it feels like to have somebody that say, I got you, let me show you what my notebook says. This is the other one. It is one right here. Because the other one that's put up that I've been using since my son gave it to me when I came back here in Oregon in 2022, that let me know, because he gave it to me that very night. I got off a plane June the 4th, 2022, about 10 something. I know I wasn't going to make it to my cousin because don't no bus run that late. He met me, and I was like, oh, shoot, I ain't got no notebook. I might give me a new notebook while I'm here. He said, Ma, I got you. The notebook said, you got this shit in cursive, okay? So this year, I'd give me a new notebook, new year, new beginnings, new start. Let me show you what it said. It said, God goes growing, glowing. God even wants to put some goals down. Are you working on that attitude and that mouthpiece? Or are you still sounding like a clanking sound and wonder why they don't hear you? They don't hear you because you ain't got in beat and rhythm with God. God be dancing with you. You don't believe me? It said in there that David danced so hard, so ferociously. Hello, he was in his home cooling it over here with God. He didn't even see y'all and danced himself out of his clothes. He was naked. When you gonna get naked for God? I dare you. I dare you get naked for God and let him just Kumbaya, serenade you. Serenade you. I'm serious. We're too busy trying to be serenaded by the wrong people. What you tell me earlier? You said you need to go check who in the circle. You need to check the village people out. Some of them ain't village people. They village people. Hello?
Yeah.
I'm going to speak on. Y'all better pay attention to what the forces of darkness are out here doing. They are trying to make it their way. Oh, this is what's right. We so against each other, we ain't even realizing what's going on. The masculinity energy of our community is being stripped away day by day because we ain't got men that want to speak truth and nobility and virtue and righteousness, which is those things to be thinking on, which is Philippians 4 and 8. Think on these things. See, I can get you help get your mind right, but you don't want to believe in God.
Come on.
Yeah, and it's a Saturday. I love Saturdays on a Saturday because this is when I have, like I say, I have real church right here. All you got to do is speak spirit and just speak from the spirit of you, and the truth of you will flow. But we too busy trying to, I got to do it this way. You keep doing what them corporations want you to do, capitalizing on some stuff, making institution. The prison is an institution just like the school. They don't teach you shit. I didn't learn God at the institution. I learned God because I took a word. I got to go put it to the verbs that are going on in my life. And I got to see if that word going to come back to me. I had to do Missy Elliott and break it down what she was saying. The word is a verb. The word is a verb. The word is a verb. You're the action. You got to put the word into you so it can become a verb, which is the action, which is a word, which is the message, because you got to speak it.
You got to speak it. You got to speak it.
Do you speak affirmations to yourself?
You got to speak. Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%.
What you said?
100%. I speak affirmations to myself all the time. I speak it. I speak it. I don't wait to see it. I speak it before I see it.
Oh my God! I love Oh, I see it and I speak it. Ain't that what they said? See the word, say the word. When they would say spell, but with God, see me, Speak me, eat me, say it out loud again.
That's because that's because I walk into expectations. I'm
Mm,
expecting. I'm expecting a blessing. I'm expecting favor. I'm expecting a breakthrough. I'm expecting healing.
mm,
I'm
mm,
expecting.
mm.
I'm expecting. I'm expecting. I'm expecting. I'm expecting. I'm just expecting. I don't look for it. I'm not seeing it from afar. I'm walking into it expecting it already.
Yes,
The
yes.
word says, whose report do we believe? And it says, we shall believe the report of the Lord. So I am expecting when I am walking in it, I'm walking to it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What you said?
Anytime-
What? I mean, that's how I do stuff. Like I be
yeah,
over here like, God
yeah,
said that I'm gonna do that
yeah,
right there. But that's how
yeah,
I always operate with
yeah.
ever since I said yes to you out my mouth. Because what a lot of people don't realize, they think, oh, because you spoke. Okay, well, if you go to Genesis, it said God spoke everything into existence. I'm gonna say that again. However you want to tear apart the Bible for you, that's fine. But for me, he was speaking directly to me. I spoke everything. In the beginning was the word, and the word was God, right? Okay, but in Genesis, because the Bible's right here, in the beginning, well, we always say in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now, the earth was without form. Hold on, we just going to go down to verse 3. And God said, enough said.
Yeah, yeah.
And God said, let there be light. Let there be this. Let there be that. And God said, let there be Speak to My Heart Studio. And God said, Say Yes to You LLC will take over and we will have a fire, fabulous, fantastic apparel. Because Say Yes to You is already an online store, bruh. Hello. And God
Yeah.
said she would be a number one best-selling author because she already creates ebooks. And God said she will speak on panels and open rooms up in your heart so that you can see you and never walk like you walked before. And God said, see, I'm God's
Yeah.
dog. You can't tell me I'm going to keep my mouth closed because I was a child that grew up that didn't know the power of her voice until she realized God said, let there be this. Until I opened up my mouth and I spoke, say yes to you. I was speaking to me. I laugh because that's what that is. I was speaking to me. That's why I continue to do what I do and I follow. The panel, Speak to My Heart, was just wrote down. That's in Habakkuk 1. Ain't it? Yeah. Write it down and make it plain. See, that's following God. And if you
Yeah.
don't know how to do that, always listen to you.
Yeah.
That's what I loved. You said, I said yes to what I heard to do. Teddy, I ain't know what to do without no podcast. Okay, God, you ain't never let me down. Sorry. Let's go do this. But I was always given. I was given StreamYard. I was given another area that I was using of stuff. I was giving stuff. Like Speak to My Heart is a website. Yes, I have to have finances to make it be open every month like it needs to. But an area where we can create what we see from within, that's in the Bible too. God will give you visions and upon dreams. Thank you for responding. Thank you for hearing. Thank you for receiving you. God be giving us our gift every day. And if you don't listen, and you listening, then you gonna walk by faith. You gonna become your, like I said, superhero. Put the cape on a super, which is power. Open, cleanse your lenses out so that you can see with your star self. Super is power, which is in the Bible. Star is light. Put them together, and you got superstar, and you got Teddy Ray. Teddy, any last words of advice that you would like to give the audience and everybody? And y'all catch Teddy Ray at 5 o'clock our time, which is in a couple hours. I just want him to get his day together so he can enjoy some more sunshine. I'll be here all day. He has 2 more shows. He actually does. Catch these 2 shows with these 2 individuals who will be sharing their story and their passion and their walk in the faith and how they have overcome any and everything that try to like bury him. So y'all catch Teddy Ray at 5 o'clock p.m. over here on the west side. Okay, Teddy.
Man, first of all, this has been great. This has been great. I am a fan. I'm truly a fan. And I'm going to tell you something right now. You have a calling on your life. You have a serious calling on your life. There is a reason why you have been going through the journey that you have been going through. God is positioning you for something magnificent, something big that you are not going to have room to receive. This is just the footstool of what God is getting ready to do in your life. Your commitment, your sacrifice, your yes. And I'm going to tell you, your yes, like my first lady, shout out to my first lady Siobhan Codio. She told me that my yes has weight. And I want to let you know that your yes has weight. God is going to put you in positions that you're going to feel not worthy, but He's putting you in that position because He's getting you in alignment for His divine assignment for you and you only. It's going to be places where He's going to put you in a position where you're going to be around your enemies, and your enemies are going to be pulling out the chair for you at that table. So I want to tell you, get ready. Get ready.
Oh, you know I'm over here trying not to knock you down. You know I'm over here with my hand and I'm receiving. I know how to. I learned how to receive.
Get ready. It's coming. Get ready. It's coming. All that you have been, I'm just speaking what God is giving me right now. You have been praying for a lot of things for the last 2 weeks.
Get out my message.
Telling you, you have been praying for a lot of things. You've been asking God to shift some things in your life personally. But I want to let you know, your showing up was enough for Him to show out. Your showing up was enough for Him to show out. So get ready. It's coming. First of all, I want to thank you for having me as a guest. I'm truly a fan. I'm truly honored being on the platform today. You have started my day off tremendously. You have started my day off tremendously. I'm really excited about the connection. I definitely will be sending some amazing guests your way because, and I love your authentic stuff. I love the authentic part that you do. Do not change that for no one. I don't care how many less viewers you get. So what? Keep showing up. Keep showing up. Keep being you and keep being a serving vessel. But I want to thank you again. I do. I don't want to turn this into no revival or nothing like that because I'm getting chills right now because I'm excited about what God has in store for you. I really do. Because I know that you have been pressing. I can see it on you that you have been pressing. You have been saying, come on, God. I'm ready. You told me to say yes. I said yes. So where is it? Oh, it's coming. It's coming. Everything that you asked for and more is coming. My final word to anyone tonight would be to Trust the process when the process doesn't look like a process anymore. Trust the process anyhow because the wait is worth the waiting. The wait
Yeah.
is worth the waiting. So I don't want to get started. I don't want to get started now because I'm getting chills, man. I'm just feeling it, you know. But I'm I'm excited. I'm excited. Like I said, I'm a fan, man. Again, I do have. If you wish to follow me, you can follow me on Chill with Teddy Ray's. Subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Chill with Teddy Ray's the same icon. And it's on Facebook. Chill with Teddy Ray page. I do have a talk show that goes on every Saturday night at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Today, I do have one at 5 p.m. where I have a guest of one of my childhood mentors, which is Eddie Benjamin Thomas III. And then at 7 p.m., I have Sylvia Flemings. It's going to be a great show. It's going to be a great show. I'm just in expectation mode. I'm just in expectation season. And all I can say to you again is get ready. It's coming.
Sir. And with that being said, guys, before we leave, I have to give 3 words. Okay. One of them is most definitely alignment. The other one is expectation. And for me, from you to everybody, excited. Okay, you know why? Get in celebration mode. And to get in expectation mode, you got to do this thing. Go turn on Cool in the Game. Celebration time. Come on. See, you have to get there so that you can get here. You guys can say yes to yourself. Continue to love on you. And don't be ashamed, embarrassed, or be over there in grieving mode and want to take yourself somewhere that you ain't supposed to go. Walk it out and pick up the phone. Walk it out and reach. No more do you have to sit in silence and suffer by yourself because there is no reason. When you have somebody, it's somebody, even if it's a stranger. Reach out. Reach out on social media. Reach out if you got to go outside and say, hey, can I have a word with you real quick? And just be, spontaneous. You never know who can give you a virtual hug or a physical hug, but you are not alone in nothing. We all going through something mentally because we all didn't get what we getting right now. But one thing we got to get is gone. But Reverend James Cleveland, go listen to God is.
Yeah.
And every time you say everything, allow yourself to think of everything. Stop limiting God and put him in a cup and a jar when he's bigger than a jar, bigger than a cup, bigger than you, bigger than anything that you can ever ask, seek, or think of. He's bigger. Allow him in your heart today. So say yes to yourself, love you, and be at peace. Love and hallelujah. And we out. Thank you, Teddy Ray. You shine and Teddy are great and great and gooder than gooder. This is